Cool. All right, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Today we'll do a little hips and low back flow, and we'll start lying on our backs so you can get really comfortable. Yeah, legs can either be straight, or if you'd like a Supta Baddha Konasana, you can bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees out wide to the sides. Either hands by your side, or one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And just close your eyes. Allow everything to relax down into your mat. And notice how you feel today. Notice what you might be thinking about and what your breath is like. And let each breath get deeper and louder. And if you haven't yet, begin to activate your Ujjayi breath so you can really hear it in the back of your throat. Nice. Fill up completely with each inhale. Expand, stretch out your chest, your back, your belly. Let go of any stagnant energy, anything that's not serving you. With your exhale, empty completely. Stay with a nice steady breath. And gently blink your eyes open. Reach your arms over your head. Get as long as you can. Stretch like you're trying to touch the back wall with your fingers. And reach your legs out long like you're trying to touch the mirror with your toes. And find any wiggles or rolls through your wrists, your ankles, your fingers, your toes. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Wrap your arms around your shins and lift your forehead into your knees to start. Squeeze into a little ball. Awesome. Relax your head down. Place your hands on top of your kneecaps and make some circles in the sky. So knees can either move together or they can move separate. And try and move in both directions. Bring your arms out wide in a T so your palms face down. And float your feet in imaginary tabletop, or your shins in an imaginary tabletop. Knees stack right above your hips. Nice. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, let your knees fall gently to your right without touching the ground. So try and use your core. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take your knees to your left. Nice breath. Keep moving like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale, right. Back up, breathe in. And exhale to your left. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, let your knees come all the way to the ground on your right side and just hang out in a spinal twist. You can turn your head to look toward your left hand if that's comfortable on your neck. Yeah, and keep breathing into your hips and your low back. Think of wringing out your spine as you exhale. Slowly make your way back to center on a breath in. And take your knees all the way to your left to the ground as you exhale. Nice. Stay there, keep breathing. Bring it back to center, breathe in. Exhale, let your feet come to your mat so your knees still point up to the sky. And take your right ankle across your left thigh for a reclined pigeon. So one option is to stay here. You can use your right hand to press your thigh away. Another option is to draw everything into your chest to go a little deeper. Right hand between your legs, left hand around the outside. Find the back of your thigh or the front of your shin. Nice. Flex your toes, protect your low back. Protect your knee and breathe where you're tight. Nice, and then switch sides. Left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Same thing, you can keep one foot on the ground, press your thigh away, or draw everything in. Breathe nice, deep, full breaths. Excellent. From here, we'll take happy baby. It's still early, so you don't have to force anything, but think of drawing your knees toward your armpits outside your ribs. Hands come to the inside or outside edges of your feet. And really press your tailbone down so your low back gets long. Yeah, if it feels nice, you can rock a little bit side to side as long as your low back is pretty flat. Or you can even play with straightening out one leg straight and then the other leg straight. Little ninja baby here. Take another full breath. Bring your hands behind your knees and rock forward and back on your spine 2 or 3 times to come up to a comfortable seated position. So maybe it's one leg crossed in front of the other, maybe you're sitting on your feet. We'll sit up tall, reach your arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, take a twist to your right, bring your right hand behind you, left hand across. Find some length, inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more full breath. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale, take your twist to the other side. Breathe in. Twist a little deeper. Back up, inhale. Exhale, stretch your hands as far out in front as you can toward the ground. And crawl toward you, Pauline. Relax your head and your neck. And really send breath into your hips and your low back. Slowly walk your hands in, lift your chest. Switch your legs so the opposite foot is crossed in front. Reach your arms to the sky, take a breath in. Exhale, interlace your fingers and press your palms up. Inhale, lift up a little bit taller, slight arch. Exhale, press your hands forward, chin to chest. Think of rounding through your spine, send your shoulder blades back. Nice, 2 more. Inhale, lift your hands, lift your heart, maybe even look up. Exhale, press your hands forward, chin to chest. Breath sounds so good. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Hold here, take an inhale, stretch a little further. Exhale, release your fingertips down to the ground. And again, crawl out in front. You can straighten out your back. Relax your head, your neck. Full deep breaths. Awesome. Very gently walk your hands in. You can bring your hands next to you or behind you. Place your feet on the ground so your knees point up to the sky. We'll just take some gentle windshield wipers side to side. And then find your way to a downward facing dog. You can cross your ankles, step, or even hop it back. Feel free to bend your knees, pedal out a little bit, sway side to side. Especially if your low back is tight, you can bend your knees a lot and think of reaching your tailbone to the sky. Yeah, really press your chest to your thighs. Nice, Justin. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop toward your hands. Lift halfway up, breathe in, roll your shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, fold, relax everything down toward the ground. Rise to standing arms to the sky, big breath in. Exhale to a standing back bend, bend your elbows and really press your hips forward, lift your heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive forward, navel to spine, lots of control. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Step or hop back chaturanga as you breathe out. So you can either take these to your belly or halfway down. Up dog or cobra on your inhale, really lift your chest, roll your shoulders back out of your ears, feel a nice stretch to the front side of your body. And on your exhale, lift up and over for downward facing dog. So good. Big breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth, make some noise. Beautiful. One more. Breathe in. Let it out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to your hands. Long spine, breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, release it down. Rise to standing, arms float high, inhale. One more time, standing, back bend, exhale, bend your elbows, press your hips forward, lift your heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive forward. So much control, you can always move slower. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or hop back through chaturanga, or maybe skip it and find your way straight to down dog. Up dog as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Bring your big toes together so they touch. Reach your right leg to the sky, breathe in. Open up your hip, bend your knee, and find any movements that feel good here. So it might be nice to bend and straighten. It might feel nice to draw some circles with your knee in both directions. Find a nice stretch through the front side of your hip flexor, your quadriceps. And then extend your leg out long, breathe in. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Drop your left knee down and bring your arms up to the sky, breathe in. As you exhale, cactus, and sink a little deeper. Open up through your chest. Two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. So you're going to pivot your right foot out a little bit, or shimmy it out a little bit, I should say, and then both hands will come inside your foot. You can always use your hands to a block if that's a little bit too much. If you want a little bit more, again, it's still early, you can come down onto your forearms. So if you want to try that, but it's not quite reaching the ground, you can use your blocks and bring your forearms to your blocks, so that way you're a little bit in between hands and forearms. Nice, Justin. Yeah, breathe into the front of your left hip. Find where that pinch is, maybe in your right hip. If it feels nice and okay on your knee, you can move to the outside edge of your right foot and let your knee kind of fall open to the right. Just keep breathing. Two more full breaths. So always letting our breath work for us. Come onto your hands if you're on your forearms. Shimmy your foot toward the center of your mat. Lift your back knee, take an inhale, look forward. And exhale, step your left foot behind your right so your ankles are crossed. Find some length, breathe in. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Exhale, fold, relax your head. I like to bend my right knee, feel free to play. Crawl your fingers as far as you can to your right and lean your hips a little bit to your left. Nice, keep breathing. Back to center. Take your hands toward your left, lean your hips a little bit to your right. Same thing, you can bend one or both knees. Let your head and your neck relax toward the ground. And bring your hands back to center. We're going to take weight to our right toes. You might crawl your fingertips a little bit forward. Let your left foot, so your back foot, float up to the sky. Big breath in. And then exhale, a big step to the back of your mat. Left foot reaches back. Right leg to the sky, down dog splits, breathe in. Again, like you did, open up your hip, bend your knee. You can stay here, or this time you can flip for a wild thing. Drop your right foot, reach your right arm forward. Like a half back bend, you can do circles if you want to get into your shoulder, or just enjoy a nice stretch. Really press through your feet and lift your hips. Beautiful. Some circles in the opposite direction. Exactly when you're ready, we're meeting back in a down dog splits. Right leg extends long. Big inhale. Exhale through a one-legged chaturanga, or just straight back to down dog. Up dog, drop your foot. Downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Deep breath in through your nose. Stick out your tongue, lion's breath out through your mouth. One more, breathe in. Lion's breath, stick out your tongue. So good, big toes come together. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Open up your hip, bend your knee. This first time, just find some movement. So what feels good? Where can you breathe some more space? Your hips might pop. It's cool if it makes noise. Circles in the opposite direction if that's how you're moving. Extend your leg long, big breath in. Exhale, step between your hands. Drop your right knee all the way down to your mat. Arms to the sky, inhale, modified crescent. Exhale, cactus, sink a little deeper into your hips. 2 more breaths, sounds so good. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, breathe in and breathe out. Hands to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, take your hands down to your mat and then shimmy your foot over to the left. So I like toes out, heel in a little bit, but find what feels comfortable in your body. You can stay, enjoy a stretch, hang out. You can drop onto your forearms to the ground or to a block. And if it's okay on your knee, you can come to the knife edge of your left foot and let your knee open out to the side to get a little slightly different stretch in your hip. Wherever you go, remember your breath will help you create space and openness as you inhale. Go a little deeper as you exhale. Let's take 2 more full breaths in and out. Come onto your hands if you're on your forearms or on a block. Bring your foot to the center of your mat. Lift your back knee, take an inhale, look forward. And this time as you exhale, right foot steps behind your left, so your ankles are crossed. You might have to bend your knees a lot. Come halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold, and we'll start by crawling to our left. Lean your hips to your right. I like to bend my left knee, but whichever feels more natural or comfortable, feel free to take that. Keep breathing. And we'll move all the way to the other side, hands to your right, hips to your left. Just a few breaths here. Really nice, back to center. Weight to your left toes, fingers might crawl out in front. Let your back foot, your right foot float up to the sky. A big breath in. And exhale, big step to the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg floats up, down dog splits. Exhale, feel free to open up. Find your wild thing if that's what you took on the other side. Left arm reaches forward. Think of pressing into your feet to lift your hips, stretch through the front side of your body. You can draw some circles with your arm, get into your shoulder. When you've had enough, it's back to down dog splits, but make sure you move in both directions if that's how you're moving. Inhale your leg long, down dog splits. Exhale, try one-legged chaturanga, keep your foot floating. Drop your foot for up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Stick out your tongue out through your mouth. 1 more, big breath in. Stick out your tongue. Shift forward to a tabletop, hands and knees. And then sink your hips back for a child's pose. So you can always take your blocks in front of you. Forehead rests on a block if that's more comfortable. Yeah, or stretch your hands to a block. Send breath into your low back especially. And then see if you can move up your spine, expand through your shoulders. Let go of any tension you're still holding on to as you exhale. Stay pretty low to the ground. Curl your hands as far as you can to your right and lean your hips a little bit to your left. So try and find some length in your side body, your waist, your ribs. Move your hip away from your shoulder. And then switch sides, hands all the way to your left, hips to your right. Keep breathing. Back to center. Inhale to a tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Spread your feet out super wide so they move to the edges of your mat. Yeah, and if you need to, walk your hands a little closer to your feet. That's always cool, or bend your knees. Right hand toward your left leg, find a down dog twist. Wherever you can hold on, for some of us it's close to our ankle, others close to our knee. And then switch sides. Left hand toward your right leg. Same thing, it might be different on this side. Find what's comfortable. Hopefully hands aren't too sweaty. And then release your hand. Keep your feet nice and wide. Take an inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop feet outside your wrists for Malasana. Get nice and low. So you have blocks. You can use one or two, sit on a block, especially if you're super tight. And this is good. Get your feet as wide as you need so your heels come to the ground, or at least work toward the ground, and then use your elbows to open up. Nice broad collarbones. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Bring your hands to the ground and lift your hips. Try to bring your hands between your feet and wrap your hands around to the tops of your feet. So if you need to bring your feet closer together, you can. We're going to come back toward the squat and then just take some little pulses up and down. Breathe into your low back, into your hips. If it's too much, you can take forward fold. You can come to a seat or come back to a regular squat. Otherwise, see if you can use the movement and use your breath to open up even a little bit more space. Nice, two more. Release your hands. Bring your bottom to the ground. If you need to, they can come behind you. Place your feet together and your knees out to the sides for Baddha Konasana. Sit up tall, big breath in. Exhale, lean forward, hinge with a flat back, heart toward your feet. Hands can massage your feet or walk out in front, find what's comfortable. And continue to think of lengthening your spine. Eventually your legs go toward the ground. If they're not quite there and you need support, you can always bring the blocks underneath your knees or underneath your thighs. Beautiful breaths. And slowly lift it back up. Draw your knees in. Place your feet on the ground, knees to the sky. Hands behind your knees for boat pose. Start to balance on your butt. Float your feet. Really engage your core. Enable to spine. Relax your shoulders. Arms can go out in front or even reach up to the sky. Notice if you're using your hip flexors. See if you can use more core. Keep breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, find your way to down dog. You can cross your ankles, step or hop it back, or just step back. Big toes together, right leg reaches high, inhale. Exhale, open up your hip, bend your knee. Take just a breath in here, hold it. Exhale, straighten out your leg. Inhale, stretch your foot a little longer. Exhale, big step forward between your hands. Crescent lunge, rise all the way up, arms to the sky, breathe in. And exhale, open out to warrior two, left heel pivots down. So notice here your heels, what they look like. Hopefully front heel is in line with either your back heel or your back arch. And your back toes sometimes want to turn to the back of your mat, see if you can turn them slightly forward. So really ground through the knife edge of your foot without collapsing into the arch of your foot. Think of your hips opening up. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Keep breathing. Nice. Keep your legs reverse warrior as you breathe in. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Around your right foot, lift your back heel. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, send your left foot up to the sky, standing splits. One breath in here. And then exhale, place your left ankle behind your right ankle. So you're back to that forward fold, ankles crossed. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Come onto your tippy toes. You can plant your palms to a block or to the ground in front of you, and you'll try a little crossed ankle crow. So knees go really wide. Bend your elbows, try to make a shelf, and see if you can climb your knees into your triceps. If it's not happening, work in that direction. Nice, Justin, look more forward. Yeah, use your fingers. You might be able to hover your feet. And then when you feel ready, you can step or hop it back. Perfect. Through vinyasa, or just find your way to down dog. Just a slightly different variation there. Big toes together. Left leg reaches up, breathe in. Open up your hip, bend your knee, breathe out. Hold for one inhale. Exhale, extend your leg. Inhale, imagine your heels reaching even further away, like I'm pulling on your foot. Exhale, big step forward between your hands. Crescent lunge, rise up, arms to the sky. Exhale, right heel down, settle into your warrior two. So same thing, notice your feet, and then this time notice your front foot. Where's your big toe pointing? Can you point it more forward? And can you see it? Is your knee collapsing in? See if you can open it back out toward your pinky toe. Maybe get a little deeper into your hips. Nice strong breaths. Keep your legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down around your left foot, lift your back heel. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale to standing splits, right leg to the sky. Lift a little higher, breathe in. Exhale, right ankle comes behind your left, ankles crossed. Nice breath, lift halfway up, breathe in. And fold, exhale. Same thing, you might stay here, enjoy the stretch, or take a little crossed ankle crow. Palms go flat, come onto your tippy toes and open your knees out really wide. So it's kind of a nice stretch for your butt and low back too, or you can start to lean forward and float it. Yes. When you're ready, step or hop it back through vinyasa or straight to down dog. Big toes together. Right leg reaches high, breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands. This time we'll take warrior one. So your left heel will pivot flat. I have to spread my feet out wider to get it flat. So the closer, or as much as you need to, scoot your left foot toward the left edge of your mat. Yeah. Both hip bones face forward, both shoulders relax. Find a nice stretch, beautiful, through the outside edge of your hip. Notice if you're collapsing in your back arch. See if you can press down through the knife edge. Keep breathing. We'll try and keep our back heel down. If it's not happening, not a big deal. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. And exhale, twist to your right. Bring your left elbow outside your right knee. Palms together. See if you can press your heart toward your thumb, shoulders back. Yeah, you can always open up your arms. Take one more big breath in. And then exhale, release your hands around your right foot. Lift your back heel if it's not lifted. And shimmy your foot over to the left. Let's drop our back knee down and take it to pigeon. So drop your shin all the way down. You can slide a block underneath your right butt cheek if that's helpful. Sit up really tall. Find some length. And exhale, go deeper. Hands can crawl out in front. You can twist, you can back bend. Yeah, nice. With each breath in, create space and openness where you need it. And each breath out, take you a little bit deeper into the new space that you created. Try 3 more really full deep breaths. If you need more, stay there, or walk your hands in, lift your chest, tuck your back toes, and take your right leg to the sky. Shake it out. You can open up your hip, bend your knee. You can flip it over for a wild thing. Bring it back to downward facing dog. And if you like your vinyasa to reset, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, just release your foot down. Big toes come together to touch. Left leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands. Set up your warrior 1 on this side. So if you need to, step your right foot out toward the edge of your mat. Yeah, press down to lift up. And then again, notice your hip bones. See if you can send them more forward. Relax your shoulders. And if you can, beautiful ground through the knife edge of your foot. So maybe even turn your toes a little bit more forward if you can. You can step up if you need to. Yeah, relax your shoulders. Take a breath in, bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, twist to your left. So if you can, keeping your right heel flat. If it's not happening, feel free to lift, but you'll find a little bit more of a stretch if it stays flat. Nice. Shoulders down your back, twist your heart to your thumbs. If it felt nice on the other side, you can open your arms or play with variations. Just remember to breathe. So good, you got it. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands around your left foot. Lift your back heel. Let's drop back knee first and then shimmy your left foot over to the right. Take your pigeon. Sink your hips toward the ground. Use a block underneath your left butt cheek if that's helpful. One side may feel really different. And then notice if your back toes are sickling in a little bit. See if you can point them straight back. And go as deep as you like. Crawl out in front, twist, back bend. Just keep breathing. Give it 2 more strong, deep breaths. Walk your hands in to lift your chest, tuck your back toes, and send your left leg to the sky. Shake it out, flip for a wild thing. Find whatever movements feel good and get some blood flowing back into your hips. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. As you feel ready, bend your knees, breathe in and look forward. Step or hop to your hands. Exhale. Halfway lift, long spine. Fold, relax everything down. Rise to standing, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart and close your eyes. Take any adjustments you need to with your stance, your clothing. Notice what you're thinking about and what your breath is like. Gently open your eyes, shift your weight to your left foot and bring your right foot up for a tree pose. So it could come inside your ankle, inside your calf, or inside your thigh. Just watch your knee joint. Palms press in toward each other. Lift your belly button, relax your shoulders. No worries if you fall, just come right back. Make your breath strong again. If you lifted your hands, bring them to your heart. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left thigh. Sit down into like a chair, figure 4. And get your hips as far back and as low as you comfortably can. Really flex your toes again to protect your knee and your low back. If you want a little bit more, right hand can come to a block or to the ground. And your left hand can come to the sole of your foot. Give it a little press. If you're pressing your foot, press your foot right back into your hand. So you're using equal and opposite energy. Nice, Jamie. Keep breathing. That's it. We'll slowly lift out of this. Bring your right foot to the ground and take any little movements. Shake it out. Pedal your feet. Take a second, either hands to your heart or by your sides, to close your eyes and reset. Adjust physically, adjust mentally, and adjust your breath. And then again, as you're ready, open your eyes and shift to the other side. Wait till your right foot, left foot comes up for tree. Ankle, calf, or thigh. This is a nice little stretch for your piriformis. Get into your butt. Hands can always reach up. If your hands are lifted, bring them to your heart. Take your left ankle over your right thigh, or whichever side you didn't do, and sit back into your figure four. Flex your toes. This may be plenty. Or left hand to a block or to the ground, right hand to your foot. You can press into your foot, press your foot right back into your hand. Keep breathing. To release, we'll gently stand up, let go of your ankle, shake it out, pedal out, move around. Bring your feet wide to the edges of your mat so your heels are in, your toes are out. Big breath in, reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, squat low, right back into your malasana. Sink your hips as low as you can. So if you need to, sit on your block, open up, breathe into your low back. One more breath in. Exhale, release to a seat, bottom to the ground. So this time we'll take double pigeons. You'll stack your right shin underneath your left. Think of your shin as being parallel to the top of your thigh. If your hips are super tight, there's probably gonna be a lot of space. You can stick a block in between or underneath, or both. Yep, nice, Pauline. Flex your toes. So there's lots of options. Either stay here or start to lean a little bit forward if that feels good. You can twist to one side or to the other. Just notice where you can breathe in a little bit more space, more openness. Where you can release some tension, some tightness. Is that okay? You can always extend the bottom leg straight if you want. Nice. And then I even like this. So you have something to lean into if it's not uncomfortable. Yeah, beautiful. Try and breathe through any discomfort. It's usually not super fun. It's one of those good, deep stretches. And if you're leaning forward, slowly walk yourself back up. So we'll take it to cow face, whichever leg's on top is fine. Think of drawing your feet toward your hips so your knees stack up. I like to rock forward, stack up my knees, and sit back. Same thing, there may be a ton of space between your knees. That's cool, they don't totally have to touch. You can either sit up tall, or if you want a little bit more, you can start to hinge forward with a flat back. Try and keep your butt cheeks glued to the ground. So just go as far as you can stay like that. And gently walk it back up. We'll start with double pigeon again, so check out your legs. Which one's underneath? Probably your right. See if you can draw your left shin underneath, right shin on top, or vice versa. Stack them up, so your ankle over knee, knee over ankle. One side may be really different, so you might need your block underneath your knee. Or it might be cool just to stay where you are. Sit up tall. Lean forward if that's nice. Twist in one or both directions. Maybe explore what feels like a nice stretch for your body. Nice, Julian. Gently walk it back up. We'll take that to cow face. So same thing. Slide your feet toward your hips. You can roll forward to stack your knees. Sit between your feet. And then either stay really tall, lift through your spine. Hands can press on your feet or come out in front, or start to lean forward if that felt nice on the other side. Continue to breathe just as loudly as when we started. Two more full breaths. From here, we'll slide out, come back up. Uncross your legs, bring your feet to the mat in front of you, knees to the sky, and again, do some little windshield wipers. Sit up tall, reach your arms out in front, and roll down all the way onto your back with as much control as you can. Engage your navel to your spine. Take a big breath in, reach your arms over your head, stretch out your legs. Exhale, flutter your lips like a horse, let it out. Again, breathe in. Flutter your lips, let it out. And just take a moment here, let everything relax down to the ground. Reset, a nice strong breath. Bring your hands by your sides if they're not yet there. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground so your knees point up to the sky. Move your feet to the outside edges of your mat. Allow both knees to fall down to your right. So your left knee's on the outside edge of the left, right on the right. Yep, it's kind of a gentle flop. It might feel a little funny. You can stay or you can take your right ankle across your left knee for a little bit extra stretch. Yeah, if it's nice, you can look to your left hand, turn it almost into a spinal twist. Keep breathing. Release your ankle if it's crossed, knees back up to the sky, and let both knees fall gently to your left. Same thing, you can stay or take your left ankle across your right thigh. You can look to your right hand. Uncross your ankle if it's crossed. Feet to your mat, knees to the sky. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Hands by your sides, find your heels, and then grab a block, keep it handy. You don't have to use it. We'll take a nice restorative back bend, which is nice, or a nice restorative bridge, which is nice for your low back. So press down to lift your hips. Then if you like, take the block, slide it underneath your sacrum, so right where your waistband is most likely, on whatever level feels good. So it might be the bottom, the second, or the top. And then just let your body kind of relax into it. If you'd rather do something more active, you can do that. Otherwise, hang out here, breathe. And if you feel like you want more of a stretch through the front of your hips, your hip flexors, psoas muscles, or quadriceps, you can gently take one foot and kind of bend it back so your knee points forward. Yep. Nice. Does that feel okay? And then as you're ready, switch sides, but there's no rush, of course. So good. When you feel like you've had enough, press through your feet, lift your hips, and slide the block out from under you, and then roll down slowly onto your back. And bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. You can rock side to side. You can find some circles in the sky, hands on your kneecaps. And circles in the opposite direction. We'll take it back to happy baby like we did at the beginning of class. Find the inside or outside edges of your feet. And really notice if you can drop your tailbone toward the ground, get long through your low back. Maybe now you feel like you can rock a little side to side or straighten out one or both legs. And then notice what else you need before Shavasana. Any last poses, maybe for your hips, your low back, maybe it's for something else. A twist, a back bend. When you're ready for it, we'll take final Shavasana, either flat on your back or with the soles of your feet together, knees out to the sides for your Baddha Konasana. For a more restorative version, so you have something to relax into, you slide the blocks underneath your thighs or right below your knees. Yeah, if you want to take your blocks underneath your hamstrings with your legs straight, that's nice too. You got it? Sweet. And let everything relax down into your mat. Yeah, let's take a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out, make some noise out through your mouth. So good. One more. Breathe in. Let it all out. Let go of any last sense of control. Body, mind, or breath. Give yourself permission to just be here. Present and peaceful for the next few minutes. Notice as your breath gets a little bit deeper, that your awareness comes back toward your body. And take any wiggles or stretches that you need to slowly wake yourself up. can stretch your arms over your head, let your legs reach really long. And with your eyes closed, take as much time as you need, come up to a comfortable seat, however you'd like. Sit up nice and tall here for a second. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And see if there's something physically, mentally, emotionally that you can leave here on your mat. Your practice may be brought up or allowed you to release. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. We'll gently bow our heads. Namaste. Namaste. Take your time getting up. Thank you guys for being here. And I will see you soon. Enjoy.